Hey, welcome to our Monday Crafternoon video on the 27th of November. So this one is pre-recorded because it's the end of Thanksgiving weekend and I am still involved in family activities. What I have for you today is a little stack of cards that I want to show you that are all made with this Earthen texture stamp set. And what I want to challenge you to think about today is to look at a stamp set and, enjoy how it was intended to be used, but then think of some ways that are maybe a little bit beyond what the intended use was. This intended use is to focus on the foliage and these pots and make natural looking earthen foliage kind of things. And here's a set of dies that goes with it. And this card actually uses it maybe the way that the creators intended for it to be used. So here's some of those die cuts and here's the pot. And can you see the reflection? Look how awesome that looks as a pot when it's heat embossed. Actually, speaking of embossing, you can see here, can you see the texture on that? I did some embossing paste behind for the background. Okay, so that's an intended use. What I like to do with a stamp set to get more mileage out of it is I like to look at those things and think about alternate ways to use them. So here is one alternate way. This is fall. This is November right now. So this is a very fall color scheme back here. We have lots of sticks and branches, at least in Wisconsin here where I live. So I use this stamp right here for the main image, and I use this stamp for a background twig image. And that just brought in some fall coloring for the background. This one also, we are in November. Thanksgiving was this past weekend. Look how beautiful this looks, that one right there. Gold embossed. And again, the same background stamp over here. That makes a beautiful Thanksgiving card. And then turning it into Christmas, because Christmas is our next holiday. So this one, I used this stamp is the same one you just saw on the first fall card. Right here, look at the little berries. We have a product that's enamel embossed, squeeze out of a bottle. This stuff right here. So I just squeeze little drops of these are pearlized enamel dots. And by the way, they come in a 3-pack of red and white and black. They also come in another 3-pack that is the gold and silver and copper. Gosh, there's so much fun squeezing this stuff on. But I just did little tiny drops there, again, to get a little hint of a glimmer. And then if you're wondering about this, I actually should find the link. I did this as a live one time before, but I used the die cuts that go with this. So I used this die cut right down here that cuts out that shape, and I left myself a hole. And so instead of using the shape, I used the hole and I sponged through the hole to make that background layer. Very fun thing to do with any kind of die that you have. All right, thinking about winter. Here's another winter card that I made, and this is so easy. Again, it uses this squeeze-on enamel dots, and I squeezed on some dots up here. This is the same stamp that we saw on the first card as a little fall tree. Now it's a winter tree with snow on it. And then I just tore paper on the bottom, stamped over the torn paper, and then hit it with enamel dots and just kind of squeezed some snow on the bottom down there. And then just dotted a few more on this area up here. And by the way, because I tore, it was a snowflake edge, for this one, I cut that out. But instead of using a plain square, I used the Deckled rectangle dies. These are the Deckled rectangle dies. They come 8 in a nested set, so you can use them for layering. And I just felt like that rough edge on the decal surface was a good match for the snowflake. All right, so we're talking holidays here, and we just went through my little stack. All right, so we just went through how it was intended to be used to focus on the foliage, and a couple of pretty fall cards and a couple of winter cards, because like I say, this is the end of November. It's the Thanksgiving weekend and coming up on Christmas, but thinking ahead, we have Valentine's Day coming up. So if you've got a little heart punch, you can make this fun little Valentine tree as well. I hope you enjoyed that quick talk through of the Earthen Textures bundle. And if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and I will come back and answer. Have a great day, and we will see you next week. Bye.